Angry guy here. The woman who was arrested for yelling in Dubai has been released after paying a fine. So many of you will know the sassy trucker. She is a YouTuber. She's a content creator. She's an influencer. She went over to Dubai maybe over a month ago, and she yelled at a guy at a rental car agency, and she was arrested for it. She was facing 2 years in prison. Everybody was literally celebrating the fact that she was going to be held over there. Unfortunately, it was not to be. We have a video for you guys, so we're just going to jump into it, and you'll hear exactly what has happened.
Got an update on Miss Sassy, who got hemmed up in Dubai. She's back home in the United States and said she'll never go back to Dubai ever again. I'll let you know how much Dubai made her pay to lift that travel ban that she was on, and I'll remind out of control American women that you cannot go over to other people's countries being disrespectful and acting up, because what happened to Miss Sassy will happen to you too. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. We first found out about Miss Sassy, a female trucker, and how she was in trouble in Dubai through the local Fox News in Houston.
It's been very emotional. There are some days I stay up all night crying.
They have a strict law system that is really based on theocracy. In our opinion, she did not commit a crime. Don't punish women for doing the same thing a man can do in Dubai. It's not fair and it's not right.
She was facing.
So just to let you guys know the crap that this guy's talking about, it's actually illegal for anyone to yell in Dubai. So if a man went to Dubai and made a outburst in Dubai the way she did, he would also be arrested. But you can clearly see that female privilege is playing a role here, because a dude he definitely would end up having to serve his prison sentence. And again, women living life on easy mode, which is just depressing.
Charges in Dubai in connection with an argument that she had at a rental car company there. Her mom says this happened after she and her friend got into a car accident, and Miss Sassy forgot her cell phone and belongings and couldn't get it back from the rental car company without paying a, quote, undisclosed amount of money.
She found out that she could only receive those items if she paid an undisclosed amount of money.
I was told that a case was opened against her by Musa Rental Car Company for screaming.
And go ahead, sorry.
So she was there to pick up her items after a minor fender bender, and she was actually invited there by the rental car company. She told me that they sound like they were very cooperative over the phone, but when she got there, she said their whole demeanor changed immediately, especially because they realized she was alone. And they really didn't have any intentions on giving her back her items. So she told me that the employee started screaming at her and insisting that she give him money. And she wanted the whole nightmare to go away. So she was willing to give the money. But the only thing is that they had her credit cards. They had her cell phone. She's used to paying using transactions on her iPay or using her credit cards. She couldn't pay them.
When that interview right there came out, Dubai authorities responded and said that her mother presented a, quote, completely distorted picture of the case. A UK organization started working with Miss Sassy called Detained in Dubai, where they claimed the Dubai rental car company was trying to scam Miss Sassy, echoing what her mom said. That organization representing her said that Dubai just wanted to get $10,000 out of her. She was facing 2 years in jail or a $10,000 fine. The organization said in a press release that Tiara Allen, quote, stood her ground and has done so for 3 months, despite facing imprisonment and despite being trapped in the UAE without an income, without support, and without recourse to justice. When the story got international attention, her old friends came out with a video showing how out of order Miss Sassy really was. The footage of her going off on people at an Airbnb in Puerto Rico, throwing drinks on one of the men there, according to his wife, which is also shown on video. If you want to see the video, the link is below in the description. And the friends claim that they witnessed her bad behavior over the years. Now Miss Sassy is back in America, It was reported that Dubai let her leave the country after she was allowed to pay money to lift the travel ban. Miss Sassy told reporters, quote, "It was a very traumatizing experience for me." So, detained in Dubai, that's a legal advice organization. Those are the people who helped her out. The chief executive of that organization told Newsweek, "I've just spoken to Tierra. She is still in shock about what happened to her and feeling blessed that she managed to leave the country today. She's aware that if she didn't leave today, a new travel ban was to be issued."
Sorry about that. So I don't know. It looks like I don't know, the audio just decided to go out. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. These women seem to think that they can do whatever the hell they want to do. They can get away with whatever they want to get away with, and no one's going to stop them. So what ended up happening with her is, I have the article on the screen. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications to never miss another video again, and like the video because it tells YouTube you're enjoying the content and you want to see more of it, so they'll show you more of it. But we have the article here, and what ended up happening is to get to the point. She left Dubai. She paid $1,360. She paid a deposit of $1,360 to clear the travel ban she faced, and she was allowed to leave the country. But it's absolutely crazy. They said it wasn't clear if Alan still had any legal complaints against her in the UAE, and it's crazy. "We take seriously our commitment to assist U.S. citizens," the State Department said. "Over the past several months, the U.S. Embassy in Dubai provided consistent consular assistance on this case. The circumstances of the April altercation at the unidentified car rental agency also remain unclear. Alan earlier had been in a rental car involved in a crash." Okay, Sterling had described Allen as facing possible charges for shouting at an employee at the rental car agency, while elaborating on what Allen said at the time. Sterling accused the car rental agency, that's the attorney, I believe, employee, of raising his voice at Allen and following her out of the shop in a threatening manner during the incident. Dubai police disputed Sterling's description of the altercation, instead saying they received a complaint from the car rental agency about Allen accusing her of slandering and defaming an employee amidst the disputes over car rental fees. UAE has rules that strictly govern speech far beyond what's common in Western nations. A middle finger raised in a traffic dispute, a text message calling someone a name, or swearing in public easily can spark criminal cases, something that foreign tourists who flock here may not realize until it's too late. And under Emirati law, publicly insulting another person can carry a sentence of up to 1 year in prison and a fine of $5,450. Disputes over rental car agency fees have seen other foreign tourists stuck in the city state in the past as well. I mean, you better know what you're getting into. When you go to Dubai, you need to know the laws, you need to know the rules, you need to know what's going to happen. Like, a lot of people are very lackadaisical. They walk around and they think they know everything. This is not your country. That's one of the unfortunate things. A lot of women don't understand that this world, the kinds of things that they're doing in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, in the United Kingdom, in Western countries, in Western society, this type of thing wouldn't be tolerated. This type of thing is not tolerated in these other places. And they go over to these other places and they think they're going to have their way and they're going to do what they want. And, they can do this because I am a woman, hear me roar. And it's like they don't comprehend that it's a whole different world. It's a whole different world. You don't rule these countries, and, they'll come back to America. And now she didn't learn a damn thing. I'll make it very, very clear. She has not learned anything. All right. She's here talking about she's traumatized. Her mother is the one who raised her that way. And she's gonna come back and act like, oh, they don't like women, and this is why we need feminism. Really, bro? Guys, I told y'all that at this point, there's no reconciliation between men and women in Western society. All the only thing that's going to happen is, as someone said it in my stream yesterday, they called them passport Vikings, because that's what meant these passport bros really are. Passport bros are the new Vikings. They're basically, Vikings were guys who left their homelands to go find opportunities overseas, and that's basically what passport bros are. Passport bros are passport Vikings. They're leaving their homelands to go find opportunities overseas. You know, it's really important. It's really important because, at this point, there's no reconciliation. There's not going to be any, oh, we're coming back together. And, there's no such thing. Men and women will never come back together in this generation or the next generation or the generation after that. This thing will take at least 75 years, before before anything, there's even like a little light at the end of the tunnel. All right. And honestly, that won't even be. I mean, we're in 2023. You'll have to really understand, like, we're really looking towards the next century, like literally the next century, talking about 2100, before we can possibly see things, changing. And you have to understand that by that time, social media is already absolutely insane. I mean, by that time, like, OF is just going to basically be like YouTube for most women at that point. I mean, I don't see women coming back. I don't see women coming back from this. Like, I see them like going full throttle, full throttle. Like, even though some are leaving OF, there'll be more that are going to take their place. That's going to be like a new thing for a lot of young women. They're mindlessly going to just jump on OF and other things like that, and they're going to put themselves out there, and that's really it. And men are not going to, men are just going to keep walking away. Either they're going to disengage with them in Western society, or they're going to go overseas and start new lives with wives overseas, and that's really it. And this behavior from people like this woman, it's never going to stop. She's never going to stop. She won't stop, and most women will never stop, because they've never learned. The ones that are pretending like they're actually stopping, these are the women who want demanding, that want to be soft girls, live that soft girl life, and they're basically just glorified sugar babies. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Chai Sox fan says AI is starting to replace these OF females. It is, but they're gonna still keep on running to it. It's gonna be like new McDonald's money for them. It's gonna be their new job. They'll be on there hustling for a couple of dollars, because these are women who are not going to be suitable for normal work. They're too lazy. Let me see what Zetapal says. He says her people will coach her. Her people will coach it at something happening to her rather than something she did. Absolutely. She said these black women not gonna learn. They never will. They will never. They never will. It's not going to change it. She's saying that she's a victim. She's traumatized. She didn't do anything wrong. The Dubai is in the wrong. I mean, come on. Like, there's no accountability, and it's not going to change with women. It's only going to get worse. And this next generation, Gen Alpha, get the hell out of here. It's going to be terrible with these guys, and they're going to be little monsters. Absolute little monsters. I mean, you think Gen Z is bad? Boy, oh boy. Gen Alpha is going to be terrible. Terrible. They're going to be outright terrible. All right? And there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing we can do about it. All right? I mean, the damage that has been done, the irony is this, and this is the truth. It really I truly believe whenever it takes twice as long to fix the problem. So, it took us 50 to 60 years to get here. So really, it's going to take us about 100 to at least 100 to 120 years to really see things, to actually see things turn backwards. And it would have to start now. To like get to that point, you would actually have to start now. You would actually have to start seeing some changes now. And it's not happening. It's really not happening. So no, this is really what it is. That's really what it is. And I'm not sorry for them. You know, they dug their they dug their they dug they you know, they made their beds, and now let them lay in it, you know? It's like the saying, they dug their own grave. Now hop on in, you know? It's nobody should feel sorry for these people. You know, they made this choice for themselves, and you know, live with it, rock with it, and that's about it, you know, because I'm not crying for them. What do you guys think about this? You know, this woman has been arrested for yelling in Dubai, and now she's been released after paying a fine. And truly, I don't believe if it was a man, he would have gotten off that easy. But you know, again, you know, the privilege, you know, female privilege comes to the rescue. That's really the honest to goodness truth. Guys, I want to hear your thoughts on this. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys agree that, you know, it's not gonna get any better? Like, we're not gonna see a reversal. It's gonna take maybe a couple hundred years. That's only if there's some effort made to actually change things. You know, because the next couple of generations are just done. You know, it's pretty much a lost cause for our lifetime. Things will never get. We will never see things reverse in our lifetime. Like, actually go back to anywhere close to our grandparents, let alone maybe even not even the 90s. Let me know what you guys think about this story and what you think in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to NWA, men walking away, and cheers.